everyone, welcome to today's episode. We are going to discuss the pros and cons of selling your home during the holidays. Okay, so I know everyone thinks that the perfect time to sell their home is in the spring. But let's take a step back and really dig into that. Here's the thing, yes, in the spring, there are typically more buyers considering buying than any other time of the year. But guess what? There's also more sellers selling than any other time of the year. So your competition goes up quite a bit. Also, buyers are thinking about buying. They're not necessarily locked in. They don't have a timeline. They're looking for that perfect home. Whereas when a homeowner is selling during the fall throughout the holidays, yes, you will definitely have fewer showings, but the buyers tend to be way more serious. And let's talk about that. It just makes sense. If you had your choice as to when you would purchase a home, would you purchase it in the dead of winter when it's cold and rainy and dark by 5:30? Or would you wait until spring when the weather is just absolutely fantastic? Right, most buyers will wait until spring. So if a buyer is looking at your home in the fall, they typically have a deadline and a timeline, and they need to make something happen. And so that is why considering to put your home on the market in the fall and through the holidays is actually not a bad idea. In fact, we sell a ton of homes during that time of the year. What happens is that the home is staged properly and well lit and well marketed. Buyers actually find them to be way more cozy. There's generally less competition. You don't have 6 other homes on the block that are about to come on. And again, that buyer has some kind of a deadline that they're needing to meet. So when you are considering it, a few things to keep in mind. Obviously, you want to make sure that your home is well lit on the exterior because, again, it gets dark so early at night. And I'm not kidding you, there's a few streets with no street lights, or if you're in a rural setting, I'm not sure if I'm pulling up to the right house or not, and all real estate signs are different colors, and sometimes they've fallen over. We've even had a few where the seller didn't want a sign. I'm not even sure if I'm at the right house because it's not well lit and I'm not sure about the address. Also, when we pull up and we're getting out and we're walking up to the home, the sidewalks can be, kind of uneven. There can be leaves everywhere. We could miss a step on the front porch. Just making sure that it's well lit and very inviting. Think about like when you pull up to a house that you're going to after dark and it's really not lit up and you're thinking, wait, do they know I'm coming? Am I supposed to be here? As opposed to when you pull up and it's well lit and you automatically feel like they're inviting you in. Also, if you are decorating for the holidays, again, not a bad thing. I know I give a lot of speeches about overdoing it, but that's the issue. Don't overdo the holidays. Make sure that if you've decorated for the fall and your photos are being taken, do not let your listing agent post the photos of fall pics, because then when it's still on the market during Christmas and you have a Christmas tree up instead, and vice versa, if they take the photos with the tree and then that's still on the market in February, it's just not a good look. It looks like it's been out there forever. The holidays come and go so fast, and buyers are a little bit turned off by assuming that the home has just been lingering on the market during all of that. So make sure that your photos do not include the holiday decor if you can avoid it. Now with some of the AI tools, those things can be taken out. But when a buyer comes out to visit your home, make sure that it's not overdone. We recently had a situation where a beautiful old Victorian home was for sale, and the listing talked about all of the original details, everything from the doorknobs to the fireplace mantles. And guys, there was a fireplace in almost every room, and my buyer was so excited to look at those details. Well, we made the appointment, we got to the home, and they had decorated for Halloween, and it was cute. It was overdone in my opinion, and it didn't really match the vibe. I mean, think about this beautiful old Victorian and then all of this shiny plastic pumpkins and spiders and the fake spider web everywhere. And the buyer just didn't feel the same vibe that they were hoping because of all of the Halloween decor. And all of the beautiful mantles were covered with the faux or fake, I'm just gonna say it, it was fake, it wasn't faux, the fake cheap spider web stuff. So what we went to see was not actually easily seen. And guys, it's a mood or a feel or a vibe that really gets the buyers. So when they step in that door and they're thinking old Victorian, you know, this elegant lady, and they walk in and it's, you know, Spirit Halloween plastered everywhere, it just did not hit them the same. They didn't have that gut feel of picturing themselves having, you know, their tea and cocoa in the dead of winter around that fireplace. It felt completely off. So these are things that you want to think about when you're doing your holiday decor. I personally think that holiday decor done correctly can actually make the home feel very warm and very inviting, but you don't need it everywhere. And for goodness sake, if you have a really amazing piece of architecture or something special about the home, don't cover it or hide it or over decorate it with decor, because you want it to be about that item. They even had the original glass and brass doorknobs, and all of the doorknobs had these little spooky heads on them. I was like, why would you do that? So, but I see people do it all the time, you know, even with Christmas, with Easter, all of the holidays. So if you're putting your home on the market during the fall, it can actually be a great time to sell, because your buyers are going to be way more committed. If they are going out in the dark, they're going out during cold, rainy weather, they're probably way more serious. So definitely do not discount the idea. Contact your trusted local realtor and have a conversation. Every market is completely different. And in our market, we still have a lot of people making moves during that time of the year, because we do have 2 local hospitals, and a lot of times the way the contracts fall for people who work at the hospital. We also have a local college, so a lot of the semesters are ending during the holidays, so people are transferring out, graduating, that type of thing. So don't discount it. Have a conversation with a knowledgeable local realtor. Hopefully that's me, and we will discuss what your best options are. As always, please like, follow, and share, and keep the questions coming. Thanks, guys.